what's happening. And I think I can just say the whole thing, I summed it up when I spoke to one guy. I said, because how can you, Ambassador, a Catholic, be remembered in a Jehovah's Witness hall? Yeah. In the 10th anniversary, or how do you get
to be dishonored?
How do you get remembered in a SDA church when everyone knows that you're Catholic and so on, and the state insists? How can you allow somebody who has murdered your son or your daughter, and you are still mourning, to come and attend the funeral, and we need to speak at the funeral?
But how good your son,
was, and you know about it, you say, wait a minute, what's happening? And I think I can just say the whole thing, I summed it up when I spoke to one guy. I said, because how can you, Ambassador, a Catholic, be remembered in a Jehovah's Witness hall? Yeah. In the 10th anniversary, or how do you get
to be dishonored?
How do you get remembered in a SDA church when everyone knows that you're Catholic and so on?
Amitapendwa ya vintu visume vyote kula kuibukisha kana depotimo wimbo wa temenu wa katongi abazunga batita katongi na kula kuibukisha kateka kaibuku na kapona neseko siove pamenso yangu ama umebaya iyaba ume ya iyaba ume
Twakulila, lelo twakulila Shika kukonke milimo shove Ale filamba, yena minta pengo sile Leti kume mokula dolola vale lilo wingi
Iseko wingi mwakwete, iseko wingi mwakwete, mwaya, mwende wino tata wesu.
Katusi muchi mwakege, mwali bomba kale, lomba mwatuja tuleli laki. Mupanga chiba, ukula befyo wati tobwini Ibisebo wapagiri obwini Ukuchinjo lusako kumonebo busaka Mama, utituwa na basiyani
And the state insists. How can you allow somebody who has murdered your son or your daughter and you are still mourning to come and attend the funeral and we need to speak at the funeral?
But how good your son
was. And you know about it, you say, wait a minute, what's happening? And I think I can just say the whole thing, I summed it up when I spoke to one guy. I said, because how can you, Ambassador, a Catholic, be remembered in a Jehovah's Witness hall?
Yeah.
In the 10th anniversary, or how do you get
to be dishonored?
How do you get remembered in a SDA church when everyone knows that you're Catholic and so on? And the state insists.
Sunday the 20th, of July 2021. Would like to welcome you to today's urgent broadcast. I was not supposed to broadcast because over this weekend I've got engagements and commitments and I've traveled out of state. So I've just scrambled this broadcast from the hotel room. I've just arrived, and I hope that the volume is okay. I hope the video is okay. In these days, we'll be doing unorthodox things because of the perilous times we are living in. So on your broadcast there, just tell me if my audio is okay, if my video is okay, so that we begin the program. Today, expelled MP Robert Chabinga, who the decision to expel him was upheld by the Lusaka High Court, held a press conference. He fashions himself as leader of the opposition in parliament. Thank you to President Hakainde Hichilema. Thank you to Minister of Home Affairs, Honorable Jack Mwimbu, and his PS Matembo, and thanks to Nelly Muti that he calls him, this Robert Chabinga calls himself leader of the opposition. He had a press conference. In a normal democracy, Robert Chabinga will be arrested today because some of the things he said were against the law. For example, he has pledged to use extreme violence against any member of the Patriotic Front that will use a party regalia in Imfue or any other by-elections. He says the PF only understands violence. So he has pledged, and he has asked the Inspector General of Police to stay aside as he unleashes this violence. He has also made a revelation that, to his information, a certain senior member of the Patriotic Front received $1.5 million. Again, he has asked the Inspector General of Police to step aside. He says he will conduct a robbery against this person. And when that person reports that he has lost money, especially in excess of $1 million, the Inspector General of Police should know that Robert Chabinga did it. He also issued threats against the Law Association of Zambia, against NGOCC, and against church mother bodies. He accused them of being political, and he said they were politicians and they should come out so that he could face them. He pledged his support to President Hakainde Hichilema and to the UPND, and he said he will not allow PF to participate in any election. And sadly for the media, he makes an announcement at the end of the day. He says is Chat International and he has money for the media. They should see Mavuto Sakala. I thought that was very disgraceful for whoever attended that press conference, that they could be paraded like that. That this wasn't just a press conference, but that he was even paying the journalists that had come, something that we've been condemning in the press. It's called blalizo, or whatever it is called, but it demeans the profession of the integrity of journalism. And then therefore what you see is no longer editorial material but paid for material. I thought that was very, very disgraceful. So the purpose of today's broadcast is to demonstrate that President Hakainde Hichilema sent Robert Chabinga to South Africa, number one, to ensure that Chabinga secured the body. Number two, that let me just check, is my volume okay? If my volume is okay, then I can proceed. Okay, someone says, Ambassador, picture and sound are perfect. Thank you very much. Because I've just put a ad hoc broadcast. Today I was not ready because I've traveled out of state. It took me about 10 hours to drive where I've arrived, and I was worried about both the quality of the internet. I was not using the internet that I use. I'm using hotel internet, and I was worried about also the quality. When you set up these pieces of equipment, technology has a habit of failing you. To protect the partners that we work with, other pages may not carry this broadcast because I intend to play an audio that exposes that at the heart of all this was President Hakainde Hichilema. He sent Robert Chabinga, the expelled MP from Mafinga. He sent him to South Africa with a mission to get lawyers and stop the funeral, to organize press conferences. And Chabinga in this audio even confirms that even money has been set aside even to bribe South African judges, because he says, you know, they just don't rule. This case is against a state. The court is likely going to rule in favor of the family, and therefore he needed money also to bribe the judges in South Africa. I don't know if this is not contempt. I don't know what this is, but this is very, very serious. So let me just organize my audio. It's a 20-minute audio, but we'll play maybe just 10 minutes so that you get a feel of it. And then we discuss, and I'll invite callers. You can call me on 0973078082. So let me just organize the audio, and then we play it. You make your judgment. The role that President Hakainde Hichilema has been playing while he's been speaking friendly, that he's speaking to the family, he's been playing dirty, as reviewed by Robert Chabinga. Remember, Chabinga is his own enemy. Remember the audio that leaked in 2023 when he started working with the UPND, where he said President Hakainde Hichilema had promised him that he'll be made cabinet minister, that President Hakainde Hichilema complained about the quality of his cabinet minister. You remember that audio. Maybe I'll quickly. So Chabinga is his own enemy. He loves to record conversations. He likes to leak. When he's drinking, he speaks loudly, so people record him. So he's a very careless man. To see that this is a quality of the man that the president and his government are using, first to hijack the PF as a surrogate, then to give him such huge assignment, a guy whose mouth never closes, is his own enemy. But the biggest enemy that people like President Hakainde Hichilema has are people like Chabinga, who they use to give these assignments. Because he loves to record conversation. He loves when he's with the company, will not mention the sex of the company. He loves to parade himself that is very powerful. So when he's talking, for example, to the that was His Excellency, you know. So people record him. People, even in this conversation, I think the person that recorded him is a third party who was with Chabinga, because you can hear the phone ring, then Chabinga picks it up and the conversation begins. So he's very careless. So there have been those two audios that have leaked before, where the other one, he was talking about the kind of security that Hichilema has. If you remember, he was saying, not the takataka security that I used to see under Edgar Lungu and Sata. He says here they are Bazungus. He called them CIA. That man, the security of President Hakainde Hichilema. He says they are in the shadows, you not see them, but as who got to State House, you see this. So we have an audio. Let me just prepare it. I just arrived. I just beat the time to be with you. And let me prepare with that audio. We go live, and then I invite you to speak.
Amitapendwa ya vintu ifisumesyo tabula kwibukisha Tana depotimo Wimbo wa temenu wa katongi Abazunga watita katongi Nagula kwibukisha kateka Kaibuku muna kapona Neseko siove pameso Yangwa maume maya Iyaba maume Iyaba maume
Kateka wabantu Twakulila lelo twakulila Shika kukonke milimo shome
Ale filamba Yena minta pengo sile Leti kumemo kula dolole avale Lilo mwingi
Iseko wingi mwakwete Isaso wingi mwakwete Mwaya Mwende wino tata wesu
Katusi muchi wakege nangu tulalaba onye tuliba chila vifuemo mingi tualaba badinotiwe nangu tulalaba uti tualaba badinotiwe nangu tulalaba mama nangu tulalaba ukula bebyo wati tobuingi ibisebo wapagiri obuingi ukuchinjo luzago kumonebo busaka mama utituala basiani chagwa katuse.
Yeah, that song always moves me. Kutituakulaba shani Chagwa Katusha is so emotional. Let's go to the heart of it. There's a video from Robert Chabinga. He's explaining his undertaking with President Hakainde Hichilema that he's been given an assignment to go to South Africa, hire lawyers, pay judges in South Africa, organize press conferences and demonstration to raise opinion against, the family of the late president so that they can win that case. And Chabinga bemoans in this conversation that they are likely going to lose the case, but he needs money to pay the judges. If Chabanga they are careless, they say whatever they want to say. I've excluded certain pages because in Zambia to play an audio, it might be cybercrime. So I've put it on my page. I love the authenticity of the audio. I know it's verification. I took time to verify the last 2 days, and it's a genuine audio. Let's listen to it.
Hello. Ara natubwelako nakirenga pushi namwisho wetwaletsika kulya network inshishibe nga masetini inshishibe amshuwa mwalisanga ninje shokumutumina emiku 3
nalisanga na kuti mbweshe ine awe 10
Martha aisantumina Martha ntini mwamwishiba
Martha ntini
uyo mukashana bomba ko lads
defo kwebushishina yafuke kaya
umukashano akashika so mwadinanko.
Oh, yes, I've remembered her.
Yes. Very my sister therefore if kange Martha alafu asana okuba mu limelight mwayicheba sasa ngatale missing in action. Yeah, nachimana ba president besa wapi atinachana ba president wa PF that besa Martha Chabinga that banje becho murefuta oka that Martha chalo chankondo. Chalo chankondo. Edo nomba pa shani paja. Pa Thursday. Wednesday. Uyu chibe. Aisa to my phone. Kange first chibe alitumine pa Tuesday. Ubushiku. Ebele amnatila tumana tinadila ndala tinda conference ku Livingstone. Nishi yona chapo kuyasanga kuchililo. Nati abushefe ba afyesho fine. Edo too, if we just as much as today bombana ba sister beno. Bachifile chamuneka kwa chamulimbi. Nomba tuambo kucha sponsor ba PF. Kuti abantu misunderstand awe ine nchiri uko iyo ine kabiri apanya nto sister wanti na ine pond. So I said okay ine apa ndia kudina but naisa njipushe nephew wanti ngakuti ampela ticket. So if natumene maka nephew can't kala butaoka sana nati nchako organize ticket we watemo kushitama tickets last minute ku airport within 10 minutes abatumina tickets na mupera na namba na bona bapera namba na chiseni communicate inaendea mudina and I'm speaking so but bamfana ticket yamo nikabaya bafika kudya nomba on Wednesday ila in a day service baisa tuma yo kuno tafichitike nomba mwamwa na ndetu mina Chabinga alifya busy ku Pretoria kashani yo shani kabidi ifyama summons nati bachipecho mwinalanda mali asiota muishibe inga ba Chabinga baisa moshani muri ashiriya imwe kwikaloko ifoto walelanda ba charity nga n'abakutuma abantu n'abakutuma takwaba wasenda na bamunonko n'abaana no ine fino nshile kuno ku Livingstone nine wondishile te program yaba mwamba nangu abana bandi no so nangu asuke phone murefu achise shani so bebere no ukulanda nilanda nankwe kwena nomba achwa bize baletire fine fima samonifi nomba bachwa bize na chirafuwa ya banchitire imbi tickets bantu yala chisa expire lelo banchise imbi ticket banfuwa kono kwa kuikala na ine na chawe mota mkwete fye mule chitoko mwakonkere chililo after chililo mugwele na mailwale etuma
Alikui. Achimu South Africa? Ayo ina vese mwachita bueno. Number 1. Operation naishile kuno. Yala boss na Friday. And it was strictly confidential. I've not even moved with my ADCs. I've not moved with my security. You are the only one that I was supposed to do. Even when wakwatirefa idea umwana wakutira ule mukashana walina charity na limwe wakutira in case uli kuno because na limwe wakutira in case kumuli bafulana abantu nga chakutira kwa befu ya bupuba kwa muntu natumina kutira mwishitiri ama sim cards
around okay
so sababu ebati uli omuntu mendo akuletera ama sim cards na ukwata namba yakwe so she said yes na tulawile in case of kwa bakawele you come and evacuate you from there Alaisa in an event of anything Alaisa na Johannesburg Metropolitan Police so when you see that vehicle so when you see that vehicle yaisa paja ilecha nama beacon just move in and I evacuate from you from there. So because that she was my concern.
Yes.
You know? So that's what I did. Otherwise, my sister, you are the only one who was supposed to know that kuna bantu mine kono na program afu ya pangirwe. Bantu mine phone 04.
Bantu mine shaishibe. Tunale mutumina natu ushabali ya because remember nati awe tabaya ati yo naba alikuno nomba tulemfuairikisha nati mulefa yo wanshi ati yo wakweba tatulipire kwa accommodation nati ero tu mulenje bati tulemfuaya imwe na banani
Namani.
So it was at that point onale mutumina phone nati I think stay away kuliaba kuli chibe
no in my operation had nothing to do with the
yes.
So you I didn't even tell you.
Well.
I said I will tell you when I've arrived here. First nalila la bwangu. Ele twakumenyola ene kumukashana mwachira ndapo bomba ku insurance company. When we met them, after na yakunganda nalina kasana so for na polera nalala. That day na pick up my phone, don't disturb. My sister, my boss bambiri okutuma 2320.
Yeah.
Friday ambiri okutuma 2340. Bamwe boss ati get to do him. My sister neni ndala. Batumira na kuli security one bodyguard one tuzo iwe baboss bapo bali batwafire foba sidabala na balala. So that's how I slept. Na sabuka 02:30 kuturo twapwa njikate phone
Marcos
na sanga baboss 12 missed calls. Friday 30 missed calls. I said this is strange. Chisha chitika. So ine kutumina ba security pansi na hapa mungu na bapola bakapokola. Imwe bacha motoka atisa popano. Bebele awe. Nato okay na wekera
Munganda.
Nje sheba boss asanga bali online. Nje Friday asanga bali online. Evo na tubile phone na tumbele phone tumela boss. Na tumela boss. Ba boss wele ya we are calling ya you have done well finally. I said, Your Excellency, I was really tired that mwana wako itu. Teshita kulala sana ino I need to know.
Hakuna kulala.
Hakuna kulala. So nasa natia unalinaka natinjerereni ko. Then he says call immediately Friday. Or let me ask Friday to call you. So immediately they started drop phone. Friday calls me. That you need to leave for South Africa. Are you able to leave for South Africa in the morning?
Yes.
I said, who am I? Instruction here, boss. Who am I? And please. So be on standby. But the job that we are going to do, we need to have a meeting in the morning. I said, okay. Okay. We don't put the phone off. My sister 02:30. 04. He calls me back. And the agenda is this and this and this and this and this. Ufuro wa fuako emingala tangu koti. Even with me, she be bala bakulumbula from kashimi mutila. Tuwacha mingala tukulia. I said no problem. So, bebere kabiye nomba lolela to checking inde kiyaruchero. Bache kapasha ruchero pali ya masagza abengi mbweleka.
Ate question.
So kufa about 10 o'clock. You know. So nasaba no, don't worry. This is a special operation. I don't need even to be in business class. I will reduce myself. Whether I'm in business or not business. Let me be. My sister, if on Alimu Airlink. Ndiamu Airlink, Busanga Parikatoto boy. Valisha Kafuswa. Kama Zags Wama Madero. Tavera nekiwe. Wafyasa mkumposha. Laki naza kere kunuma. Mune ya kuchiriro. Nati hawe ndao Cape Town umwa nali shutu kokuru. Ako ndao Cape Town. So na hivo wale mpiki na mulembela message nati. Na papata. Uweisa nsenda. Pantu wala kuishwa tuwa kwa embassy. Na ono hasuka. Na lembe pana lembe wa Friday. Na wa Friday. Ensenda na rafu haweza ni mizi. Iya kumapa airport. Don't worry. Ni mwande South Africa. Efo watu wafikire. Na kwa nindea connecting. Na afubira na kumbi. Na zita. Na eba na ba interconnect hotel wampe vandetana na motoka. Kostu waliishi bana. Na tindetele ni motoka. Ndia paso itu walikupritori. Efo na just sneak out.
Na ubashala na bapranka mana ku
na bapranka mana kwa wale Chabinga where I'm going. Kanji ni mfuma. So bena tawa chilo kushibati ndimu thing. So nikashandi program hiyo. Na chupuisha lero around 10 hours.
Ushamu chili ku South Africa.
Shafuza.
No wonder dekiro ukutumina nomoko.
Yes. That's why so ni murumu pano na chiwera kumingala to. Uku making sure that tuwapampa misha.
I see.
Yes, from where you oko initially na chilingo kushita joined as leader of opposition. Joina yes. So na chafe minga to shimbi. So natira twise kuzambia. My sister, mwewe na boss. The next move, you and me. Our boss. Pange. twalabika ba charity tupyange abantu mulungu bachite demonstrate mfa njabwa mfukishe nkashiyane bajaji bakuno bakapanga ruling based on the public outcry in Zambia to support the Attorney General.
Okay.
So abantu bafire wako pa street.
Okay.
Bamachinga ngama plakasi cover belt. Lusaka. Listen, you get the point?
Yes.
Therefore abode ise kuno ifwe. Therefore bali president wesu therefore bali namfitenga tia PF.
Nomboko ba judge bale landa kuti bapa kuti bafilwa government to government kuti bafilwa
apa one judge afuna okulia because the laws ya muno yali ba wiki when ngachaisa pamfwa family yali kwatapo maka pamfwa
I get it.
Boma now
I get it.
So judge utasa ruling in their favor. So that is the possibility that we need to look at, but it depends on it.
Head of state na ye na tetamone pan to order.
Now this is where, because there's a component of you is the former head of state. So the judge has to come and look at it, merits and the demerits. So there are two things. Judge in ruling in favor of government. Tabakachite appeal bali. Ngabachite appeal ishwa ikoba.
What's the appeal?
So if what for twachita judge afia kwataka pressure. Ero futi no kulia my sister mu South Africa ba judge kulia. Bafu taronga panga mistake. Tabakachite appeal. Ina panga mistake.
What's the appeal?
No, that was the appeal. Ever quite the pressure.
What's the appeal?
Now, between you and me, my sister, what is it that now you and me we need to argue? What is it that we want to achieve from this? If we're interested, yes, we are kukiri na kateka wesu. Kuchalo kukuzambi okutila alefwayo mubiri wa munanko wise muchalo. So whether to alusa na to a winner, this HH becomes a winner and clean. Because tabakai won't come politics. Because we'll have time to defend to say, this president Sofia kani kwa ebu tuwashikushani kwa tutushire kia bene mwati mwana?
Yes.
Nishtu wa mukirina
yeah, kwena ni pressure Ushemwa lingile po atikuti kwa haba kwefya so
no, but no, shangile po but ngakulia mngamari denga na crooks because we're dealing with crooks.
No, but
for their winning. They don't matter a mistake. My sister. Kasune devastated. But most part constitutional amendment in a session of session. One per ministry.
Arana mwishibe cho. Ama MPs na nako kwa skafoni. Ngani yai nede na nako kwa skafoni bebele ba minister landeni ko imabala mumfuila iyala ba problemi
twali kwata pressure na bachungu pressure twako ito na bachungu mwambazu kisa nkonkera fe mwambazu kusatira awe tukumane tulande into akapitira ba UPND balechita nombata vale for kula landa. Unfortunately nama ministers bamota vale support. Mweumva?
You know epo ya vipile for abalechita cross. Pali ya ine 3 months notice.
2 months notice.
2 months notice.
Yali vipa sana pali.
Epo ya vipile.
Yali vipa 2 months crossing notice and also echipani chifule cha sala umuntu kuwekerapo. Yali kosa kweli.
Edo abak secretariat ngata babikira chama girlfriends babu.
Thank you. Babikira girlfriends babu. Ero number 2 chimbecho vale tina. You see chimbecho vale tini na MPs. Chakutira mukwate 20 free seats. Mukwate 15 ya free seats plus 3. So mukwate over.
From what we see, what we read, they are handling the funeral in the manner African funerals must be handled, to respect the dead, to bury them with dignity. President Buhari died in London. He was brought home. We too have shown that example by burying all the 5 before the 6th president. Near here. I think it's just behind, isn't it? Near here. All the 5. So we've established a tradition, protocols in line with the African culture. So we must continue with that culture, no matter what challenges, what difficulties there are. And I can't say that we've continued engaging the family quietly. Neighbors should confirm that. We've continued engaging the family quietly, because that's what it should be. And we do hope that consensus will be reached. And I want to ask Zambians, first, thank you for your patience. And secondly, to ask you to retain that patience as discussions continue. And so we can do what is right.
Zambians will clearly understand why President Hakainde Hichilema was very obsessed with cyber laws, with criminalizing speech, with criminalizing anything that will expose his underhand methods, his corruption, his dictatorship. The audio by Robert Chabinga, if you listen to it, is extremely revealing of the intricate details. It gives you a clear picture of how President Hakainde Hichilema, and it's not the first time. It's not the first time. I will invite you to, let me hear from you, Pantwich Chafina, to engage in the macabre that President Hakainde Hichilema has been engaged in, just to attempt to get the body, as reviewed by Robert Chabinga, is, in other countries, the president would resign, but not in our country. He would deny, even lock up people if you are circulating the audio. But you have it firsthand. Sorry, the phone was off. I want to hear from you. Let me hear from you. Will not take long. This was a special broadcast just to expose this audio where Robert Chabinga is revealing the details. He says the president called him, 12 missed calls, another 30 missed calls, and he returned the call. And the president dispatched him to South Africa the following day. And key ingredients there of how he should hire lawyers, how he should pay judges in another jurisdiction, and how they should organize press conference and demonstration both in Zambia and in South Africa, and how they should do this groundswell of opposition and demand for the return of the body to Zambia, so that it looks like it is a public interest issue. You listen to the audio yourself. Robert Chabinga has extensively discussed the plans he had. He even took time to badmouth people like the Minister of Justice. He thinks that she should be moved because she's delaying the constitutional amendments of the president. He has given us a picture and the workings in the background. Let me just connect this phone. It was off. I hope the Wi-Fi will be contingent, but just give me a minute, because this phone has a Zambian number and we want you to participate in this debate. We've just revealed to you a 20-minute audio. I wanted to play it up to 10 minutes, but I think I wasn't going to do justice, so I let it flow so that you could hear everything yourself and make a determination. They will try to say it's fake. It can be fake, 20 minutes. And it's verified, that I can tell you. That's why we are Emmanuel Mwamba, verified. Mwaisa Wanga, we verified this audio. And I'll refer you to Dr. Sishua's writing. If you look at the writing of Dr. Sishua, he picked two major things. First, the president was talking about how he was brought up as an 8-year-old boy, how he was irregularly beaten, and how, if he missed one cow, the mother would pour water on his bed until he found that cow, and the elders, the uncles, would beat him. Then he exposed the ministers that went to see, the archbishops have been meeting, and they're supposed to have issued a pastoral letter. It was supposed to have been issued yesterday. But President Hakainde Hichilema sent the Minister of Defense, Ambrose Lufuma, the Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security, Jack Mwimbu, the Social Service Minister, Doreen Sefuke Mwamba, and the Special Assistant to the President, Legal Affairs, Christopher Mundia. And they went to meet the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops prior to them to issue that pastoral letter. And they went to give their side of the story to the necessary issues, the grave issues affecting our country. I pray that the Catholic, knowing the way we know them, the way we know that Conference of Catholic Bishops, despite this urgent visit, we will still issue that pastoral letter. They are relied upon as the only voice when everything fails. Remember, there were only two people speaking under the height of Dr. Kaunda's dictatorship. It was a Catholic. They even had the publication Ichengelo and Frederick Chiluba, and of course the main church mother bodies. There was a national mirror that the church mother bodies were producing. They were very isolated voices, but they were very powerful to shake the foundation of that dictatorship. The Catholic Church must not shy away from issuing that pastoral letter. They've met for 1 week. The visit by Jack Mwimbo, Ambrose Lufuma, Doreen Sefuke Mwamba, and Christopher Mundia should not dissuade them not to issue the pastoral letter regarding the state of our country. And I hope that, and then Sishua literally dealt with what you've heard in this. I don't know if Sishua also had this audio, but if you see the depth of exposing the plans of President Hakainde Hichilema, most of the plans that have come to pass and those that are yet to pass. Okay, looks like we have the first caller. The line is open. I've connected it. Please be brief and make your contributions. Good evening, caller, and please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello, Mr. Mwamba. Good evening.
Good evening. Please introduce yourself and be brief.
Yeah, Mwamba, Ginevo Kawimbe Chanda.
Mkwai.
Yes, Mwamba, Wangatwa, advise on Ingalanda Pede. We'll keep on discussing HHT, Amadiro, Kuila, Amadiro, Shanshan. The best way we can do now is let's just organize ourselves as opposition. Because everyone who opposition, now what am I saying? So let's rally behind the President Kalava so that we push him. Mamana, because in the taking out no over PF Tamboka and HH 1-on-1 before 2026.
Hello, good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador. May I speak on anonymity?
No problem. You are protected. Make your contributions.
First of all, I want to say what you're doing is commendable, exposing some of these treacherous acts that are being done by some of our, people in the country. Listening to, first of all, I watched a part of the press conference that was done by, press briefing that was done by Robert Chabinga. And also listening to the audio, it is clear that we are dealing with people that don't mean well for this country. You can tell that there are a lot of issues that they are doing behind the scenes that are aimed at tarnishing other people when the actual culprits are themselves. And it's very sad for our country. We shouldn't be where we are right now. I think we need to get more of these exposures so that people get to see exactly for themselves what is happening and who are the real problems in terms of what is happening in the country. It's very sad that we can have such people who are even proudly talking like that. And it's very worrying to see that people that are doing criminal activities like that are freely doing whatever they are doing. No one is questioning Chabinga for all the things that he has been doing. No one is going after him. And tomorrow we are going to hear people making statements distancing themselves or defending what Chabinga is doing, which is very unfortunate. I don't think we should be doing what we are seeing right now in the country. But perhaps what we can say is that
my brother, wind up quickly. Wind up quickly.
Bad things or whatever they do in the secret, the truth will always come out one day. Right now, they may be the ones calling the shots because they are in power, but one day the law will come and haunt them, will visit them one day, and we are looking forward to that time when justice is going to be meted on all these people that are doing what they are doing that is not right. I'm very disappointed, actually, to be seeing what we are seeing right now. So I just wanted to come in and express my disappointment and also comment on what is happening. It's really unfortunate. Thank you so much, Ambassador. And we do commend what you are doing. You are at least helping to expose some of these evil acts that are going on in our country.
Thank you very much. Tomorrow, like I announced on Friday, we're supposed to have one of the persons that Chabinga had approached in South Africa, and they were offering $5,000. Money has not even paid. You must have seen those WhatsApp. I think some other media exposed that he had promised $5,000 and he had only paid the $1,000 to each speaker. Hello, good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Mamba. This is Apostle Moses. I'm calling from Livingston.
Apostle, welcome to the program. Please make your contribution.
Yes, Ambassador Mamba. From the revelation that I've just heard, I think that man, the MP, was supposed to be summoned and questioned over the audio. Unfortunately, our system in Zambia does not allow for such transparency, whereby in normal circumstances he's supposed to be called and questioned what were his intentions, because that is a conspiracy. And furthermore, he was supposed by now to have been rendered vacant. This seat was supposed to have been rendered vacant, and we are supposed to be having elections by this time in his
response.
No, my brother. This man is working with President Hakainde Hichilema. Even at the press conference today at Radisson, he arrived with state police. You can see them in the pictures. For us that have interacted with them, we can even identify they're from service headquarters, from that VIP protection unit. He has protection from President Hakainde Hichilema. Hello, good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from, and make your contributions.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Ambassador. My name is Isaac.
Thank you very much.
I'm calling in from UK.
Yes, thank you, Isaac. Please make your contribution.
Yes, sir. With all these revelations and looking at where we are coming from as a country from the time that the European government came into power in 2021, we have seen, of course, their determination in, of course, going even at things which at the end of the day we are the people, and according to the law, some of the things are not supposed to be the way it should be, like looking at the way they eliminated the honorable Bonmam Lusambo, including the Kwacha Member of Parliament, Honorable Malanji, they eliminated them from the ballot, and they went ahead even to hold those elections without, of course, considering other could be the judgment that came from the Constitution Court. They never respected that, and they have continued to. They are determined, and they have continued also to put or to. They have continued to remain determined, and also to continue putting could be laws that do not apply to where we stand, could be the way things are being done by the ECZ, and also the outcome from the National Assembly. Looking at the way things are going, Ambassador, people are asking, PF in its current form, who should be the leader, and from the Registrar of Society, what is happening to the said continued promoting, not only promoting, but protecting the leadership that is listed at Registrar of Society, that the Zambian people today do not know, but understand to say there has been some changes that has undertaken at a Registrar of Society. Abantu barefo okwishwa ba honorable. Chirishani wa ambassador ku Registrar of Society, and PF in its current form. Yara enda shani, given that the leadership has always been sorted by the laws of this government. Not total.
If you listen to the audio and you listen to Chabinga's press conference, he has a protection of Jack Mwimbu. They've given him the certificate and registration of the Patriotic Front without any election, without even a sham. At least Mao Sampa held some form of election. This is no longer a local matter. This is a matter that SADC, AU, and others must get involved. This is an attack on democracy at the heart of it. If this is a matter the church, civil society, the unions should be engaged in. The matter of trying to hijack by President Hakainde Hichilema, the biggest opposition party, and put it in his pocket through people like Chawinga, is not an attack on Given Lubinda or Nakachinda. No, it's an attack on our multi-party character of our country. You need to understand it from that very depth, that Hichilema is stealing democracy. That's what he is doing by erasing the presence of another political party that can rival or challenge him. So he has put Robert Chabinga in his pocket, who he has given a certificate, who he is illegally paying him as leader of the opposition money from you as taxpayer, since 2023. That is your money. It's not anybody's money, and he will not allow the PF to exist. So it's not an attack on the PF, on Emmanuel Mwamba or Given Lubinda. This is an attack on democracy. He has deprived you as Zambians to make a decision, and is very determined. He has even proceeded to instruct ECZ to ban the wearing of party regalia for political parties that will not participate, because Robert Chabinga will never participate in a by-election or in the coming election. And they want to see if they can get away with it so that they do not allow the PF to appear on the ballot in 2026. So if we are taking it casually, like that is just by-election, President Hakainde Hichilema's every systematic move is a trial run for 2026. He gets away with it now. He got away with stealing seats from Bowman Lusambo and Joe Malanji. He proceeded to steal the entire PF because he could get away with it, you know. Sorry, I'm a callers wengi. Let's just listen to the callers too. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I think call me Anonymous.
Yes, Anonymous.
I've been following this program. I think in Karipa. Pantu, this is our nation. Zambia, I am calling within Lusaka. But what I have just heard the audio, I think it will record that this government, how can the government Chabinga kwata support yaso? No, it's not good. Let us raise up Zambia. Let us wake up from the slumber to Wukama Zambian and let this issue, I think, goes even outside the country. Let other people, the UN, come in and help us in this nation.
For public interest, I've got a lot of pressure here. People are saying, Ambassador, you're just exposing Robert Chabinga, who's a woman in the discussion. She's a minister of community development, Honorable Doreen Sefuke Mwamba. That is the other person who was speaking to Robert Chabinga. For fairness, I think who leaked the video, I think that it came from Chabinga. That's my assumption. But that's the other woman in the conversation. So let's put that, let it not be an issue. We're not covering anyone. We're not protecting anyone. We are putting the facts as they are.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good evening. Just let me be anonymous.
Anonymous, make your contribution quickly because you can hear the phone is buzzing. All my phones are ringing.
So much, Your Excellency. We really appreciate the work that you are doing that side, and we always pray for you that God keeps you intact and also well. It's very sad that we have heard what we have heard, and what I can say about Mwamba is that from the death of our beloved President, His Excellency, Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu, some of us even up now we are still mourning because that man was very special to us. So what we are doing, like even here in Zambia, we are praying. So whoever is planning to do bad things, even to the family, our prayers will not go in vain. So we are doing whatever we can at the moment until God is going to reveal every secret that they are going to do. God is going to reveal to us. So what we can do, Mwamba, just continue the work that we are doing. We are also on our knees to pray to make sure that God give us guidance and also strengthen us as a country and also as a nation.
Thank you very much. Thank you for those prayers. Thank you. Let me take this call. Father, good evening. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mwamba. I'm Donosca. I'm calling from Italy.
Yes, thank you.
I've just listened to the audio that you have played, and indeed, if this audio is verified, it's a dark day for Zambia. This is a dark day for our country. I would not be surprised because there was no convention that would have enthroned Chabinga to be the president of the Patriotic Front. So not having the convention and me having started the PF, the constitution of the Patriotic Front, I understand that to choose a Secretary General, to choose the president, there is need to go for a convention. So On Mao Sampa, there might have been some sort of convention, illegally or not legally. The case was in court, and it was not. We did not have the court hearing. Now on Chabinga, the Patriotic Front has never had a convention. So according to the PF Constitution, the presidency of Chabinga has no authority. I am speaking here because Honorable Mwamba and the Zambian people are listening to us. We are going to keep on speaking, but not because I don't hate Hakainde Hichilema. I don't hate any other Zambian, any single Zambian. I love all the Zambians I love, and I respect all the 72 tribes in Zambia. So what we are trying to say is we love our country. If this audio is true, what Chabinga is doing is horrible. If this audio is true, listening to the voice of my sister Doreen Mwamba, who is the Catholic, and who was sent to negotiate with the 3 bishops in the northern province. It's horrible. It's horrible. The negotiation between the Lungu family and the government had another person who is a key player in that negotiations, is Patrick Kangwa. Patrick Kangwa is a Catholic, and he is the minister of the communion. If I was the parish priest of Patrick Kangwa, I would have told him to stop distributing the Holy Communion. Immediately, with immediate effect. What is happening has not God blessings. I repeat, if this audio is true, this is very sad. And I am appealing, President Hakainde Hichilema, your junior Bali, just today, your junior Bali apologized to Lilian Mutambo for having accused that woman on falsehood. This young boy, a comedian, Junior Bali, apologized and humbled himself to say, Lilian Mutambo, have something in your heart to forgive me. I messed up. My appeal to the President Hakainde Hichilema, Your Excellency, you still have the time. This is not fair. The way you are treating the Patriotic Front, they are all Zambians. Even us who are not part of the politics, we respect the politicians and we pray for them. And we pray for Patriotic Front. We pray for the Patriotic Front. I pray for Emmanuel Mwamba for what he is doing. I'm not concerned whether the cases, why he's in the diaspora, why he's not in Zambia. That is not my responsibility. My responsibility is that Emmanuel Mwamba is a Zambian person. And he's a nice person. That's what I know about this man. And I will pray for him. I will ask the God's blessing for this gentleman. The reason why? Because he's a Zambian. Gentlemen, if this audio is true, I repeat, I myself, I don't have a problem to kneel down and say sorry to the Zambian people for what we did. Zambian people, even today I come to you. I campaigned for UPND. Honorable Doreen Mwamba, do you remember me? You remember me, Honorable Doreen Mwamba. We campaigned for you people. We gave you the advices because we thought PF had the cadres were violent. But looking at what is happening, Then I asked forgiveness to ECL. I asked forgiveness to the Madam Lungu because indeed ECL was an innocent person. Indeed, the widower of Madam Lungu was an innocent person. I don't enter in details of economy. That is the professional part of the Zambian people, those who are experts. But I enter into details that concerns humanity. Humanity. Dr. David Kaunda told us, love God and love your neighbor as you love yourself. That is Dr. Kenneth Kaunda's motto. Love God and love your neighbor as you love yourself. So I carry this motto of Dr. Kaunda because I'm also about the same thing. We are pleading.
Father, thank you. Very quickly wind up. I gave you a lot of time because I recognize, as a Catholic priest based in Italy.
Thank you very much. I just encourage all the Zambians on what is happening. This has nothing to do with opposition, with the ruling political parties. This has something to do seriously about Zambia as our country, our beloved country. We love our Zambian, and we need the rule of law to rule in Zambia and the constitution of the republic to be respected, regardless of who you are. Nelly Muti, President Akantil Chilima, or Sean Tembo. It doesn't matter. Regardless of who you are, you respect the constitution, and we respect the rule of the law in the country. Thank you so much, and sorry for raising my voice because I feel I'm a little bit emotional on this matter. And I repeat, if this is true, it's a dark cloud on our country. Thank you.
Presidents resign over matters like that. Presidents resign. And you could see Robert Chabinga's disposition. Did you hear what he was saying? That the PF have brought $1.5 million. He doesn't want the police to get involved. He's going to organize armed robbers against that person, whether it's a rumor or not, who should raid that home, pick that $1.5 million from him. He says on the PF regalia in Mfue, people should not even bother. The police should stay away because he's sending in thugs to beat whoever will. Oh my God. Hello, good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. The calls are so many. Please be brief.
Okay. Yes, my name is Tandiwe Ketis.
Tandiwe,
from Slovenia.
Our favorite author. You write beautiful documents. Make your contributions, my sister.
Yes. My heart really bleeds to hear that audio. Really, my heart bleeds. Na kwato mwenso nifirwa fyokusumina. To the president, your predecessor made a wish that you should not be anywhere near his remains, nor should you ever preside over his funeral in an eventuality that he died. I'm going to ask you again, as I always ask you, why do you want to force yourself on your predecessor's funeral when Tabalemi Fwaya, that you'd go to such extent where Bomcha Chabinga ataleta masalamu shagale fokuleta but by church? Why? Awe ne mwimblema nganalando kuti ububwanga, because this insistence to me is the answer. You've been told if you really meant to give your predecessor a dignified funeral, at least you could have stayed away, you could have delegated. But the issue that you insist on wanting to be there, but President, this speaks volumes. And we did not vote for a witch, we voted for a president. By a church, you are a disgrace to the presidency. Thank you.
The lines are buzzing. Let's allow you as many people as possible. Just to hear your views. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Ivano.
Good evening.
Thank you so much. I'll request that I remain anonymous.
That is well.
Yes, sir. So it's unfortunate to hear this voting, and I simply want to say to our Republican president that his downfall, the things and the people that he has allowed.
My brother, your mouth is away from the phone. Speak through the phone so that we can hear you clearly.
Exactly. So am I much clearer?
Yeah, you are better now. You are better.
Exactly. So I'm saying to the president, I think that he needs to realize that his fight to bring down the budget fund and he wants to pocket it is what is going to work against him. If he really wants to sell himself to the Zambian people, I think he needs to concentrate on delivering on the promises that were made. It's disappointing, and I want to mention just one because I know time is not best aligned. The people that were hired in South Africa first of all, the hype before that press conference was that they were going to reveal a lot of things about Israel's death and everything. But when people followed that press conference, first of all, those people did not even have data. They had no information whatsoever. What a shame.
And broadcast on ZNBC. It was broadcast on ZNBC.
May God deliver us. Ambassador, we are praying for you and the entire team. Continue the work that you are doing. The battle is so strong and you need to be very, very strong. You need to stand on shoulders of men of God that are praying and standing with you because this battle is not easy. All the best and God bless.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good evening. Please tell us your name. I think this is Patrick from the United Kingdom.
Yes, Ambassador.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Mwamba. Ambassador Mwamba, if this audio is true, it really makes sad hearing. And I would urge my very good friends, my childhood friend, Matembo, if he's hearing this, or somebody is hearing.
Matembo, the PS at Home Affairs.
Yeah, the PF at Home Affairs.
The PS, yes.
Matembo grew up with me, and we lived next door to each other. Very good friend of mine.
Did you grow up in Ndola?
In Kitwe.
Oh, in Kitwe. Ah, okay. Yes.
Miseshi Mindolo. Matembo was my neighbor. We grew up together.
What message do you have for your friend and former neighbor?
Yes, and the day we were meeting HH, most of us via online, I actually invited Matembo to attend that online so that he can also meet the president. And I'm urging Matembo that he needs to come out and say this video is fake or not. And if it doesn't come out, then we'll take it. It's real. But this
the audio is genuine. It's verified.
Let him come out. Let him come.
I put it to. Look. First of all, I'm quite senior. Let's not insult one another. I've been permanent secretary for many years. Before that, for 10 years, I was deputy permanent secretary. Then I've been ambassador for the last 8 years. I would not alarm the country for something that I've not verified. I would not put to the country a matter as sensitive as this if it has not met the basic requirement. So let's not put doubt to it. Just a minute. I'm not speaking to you, but I'm speaking to the audience. There are many issues I pass and they don't come to my page, or I don't mention them because they have not met that minimum threshold. You need to understand the matter first. You need to verify the matter. You need to speak to other people about it. And then you need to understand the context. I would not put such a sensitive matter. Whether Robert Chabinga, because I know he's full of himself. You know, he lies. For example, he lies about the PF. I've been in the PF for a long time. He says he helped Edgar Lungu in 2014. I'd never seen him. And you know, I was at the center of that election. But I saw he was a runner for Lewis Mosho, because he was one of those runners at the law firm for Lewis Mosho. If they want to use him, that is a boy they would use. So he tells a lot of lies. You know, I know. So whether he was inflating himself or not, but everything in this audio he said came to pass. The lawyers were hired. Chabinga was in South Africa until yesterday. The demonstration took place. The press conference took place. Everything that Chabinga revealed there. And the person he was speaking to, you know. So first, I wanted to speak to the audience that is watching this. Not just to you, but I saw Father Mpombo really is so grieved, and he says if this audio is true, the audio is true. They can deny all they want to. The audio is true. So you can speak, Patrick.
So, Bamwamba, I trust you. I trust you, this is true, but I'm challenging my friend that come out and say yes or no. I know this audio is true. I can hear the voice of Bamulin Mwamba. We work together. I know Chabinga. So the audio is true. But I'm challenging the authority. Come out and say no. But Bamwamba, this is really sad. And disrespecting the sovereignty of another country, South Africa. Just like we sued South African government. That was the biggest diplomatic blunder of a millennium. And Linda Banks wonders who runs this government, who advises the president. You know, Bamwamba, the problem with HH and his government is firefighting. You know, they don't have a plan. And you know, I lived in South Africa. In Johannesburg, 6 years, 4 years in Cape Town. The police are corrupt, but South African judges are incorruptible. It's not easy to corrupt a South African judge. South Africa and Botswana and Namibia, they've got the most partial judiciary. They've got the most autonomous judiciary. Even politicians complain about the judiciary of South Africa. But Bamwamba, people like Chabinga, you know, posterity will judge them. And this guy, if he's not careful, he's going to be dumped just before the elections next year. He's going to be used quite chikolopo, chamunganda, and you'll be dumped. I rest my case.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Patrick Chilufya from the United Kingdom, a regular contributor and a solid voice. I've got my co-anchor, Professor Kasonso Mwaliluba. You are my co-anchor. Good evening.
Sorry,
Mwalilubila mchani, mwalilubila muboa, mwalilubila muboa.
Nawe mujelele kondi munshila ndebwela ni pamwandi hapo mudeti munchinge.
Please make your contributions, Professor.
Kalaka insula kedi solve. So ichonsha chishila live na mwisho mwebeni ni mutita inbox.
Empire.
Ezo ndevo afyokulanda kwebati aya mashinana ganzi ne drama ibatulethela ba HH tatule ifwaya fwechalo. You know, it's like by UPND number navaluka ni drama queen. So tatule fifwaya before village de fionze for village ta. No to tuntondo vale vika tatule tufwaya. Bonza for bena Zambia is central shekuri 2026. 2026 kuvika po inshonkonono. Aka inde ngaimine inshonkonono kuya votela pa inshonkonono. If when Shonkonono, it's anybody but HH. Because you see, a part of governing the people, take we let fama investors mfialo fimbi basa mfukungu fotora mumunda amasha Zambia. Part of who take chalo, who control my sentiments yabantu. Who understand the povekere, who understand the favori pitamu. But because he spent too much time kumichiraya bangombe, he doesn't understand our country. And that is why he's
Professor, that issue of Ingombe, are you speaking to him as your cousin because you are Kaonde? Be careful, you are on national media.
Yeah, we ine kutina landa po ine imote timulandi ine kutina landa na ifo Ingombe tu alikwatala.
No, I just want you to remember that.
So anyway, you know, there is a cultural deficit that the president is failing to understand the country because of his background, and we need to point that out. We need to point that out right on national media. We need to talk about the problems where the problems matter. We have a president who doesn't understand our country. He doesn't understand our people. His people, he understands them, but he doesn't understand our people because they're not important to him. I wish ngana chisa ni suit yandi hapo na bota yandi. But na mwisho vensha chisa. But if you valete defio, tatule fifwaya nangupano, you can't govern a country like that. You can't create. It's like you tutu no tuminga to valera ndero mbambo kuingisha ma own goals. Kuti mwala supporteti muri ne baba mwamba. Mwabela kamungala to fyefiniro mwaya ingisha on go. Bale ingisha ma on go. I roka video konsa kumwachibika puni on go yonsaidia. Bale ingisha mchipanda chabo wa UPND. Nombelo to awina shani. And we cannot, next year, we cannot crown a loser as a president because we are going to be a loser country. So, ko anka lewela papa national media. So, if you find a land up, we need not land up because you need to be paranto.
At Shad Panshon Konono, I love the idea.
They keep telling us, Mwamba, ala leta propaganda. No bakaraka audio. Muleti la posha ni mweva mabala. Because namashu ye emoyari, namapange yonse emoyari. Fionso na tuyumfuila. Namba ni propaganda ya msangosha ni mtu ngala leta kashinkani shiyaba propaganda. Okay, kunu malimbi ale vika propaganda vo finale mwepecha. But hapa, ukwete kachishinka ni munyinefwe. Na ine winindi msupporta. Go for it, Emmanuel Mwamba. Go for it. Help the country. Support the country. The noble voices of this nation are with you. The youth are with you. Your mothers and children are with you. You know, let's go and take the correct information to the people of Zambia. But politicians bakerenka tuanaka nabo. Bionsenga baisa kula bepa bantu. Yo, let's engage na family. Family yali kansa to trefoko landa nove. How are you engaging with them? He can't even acknowledge the reality of his situation. That is not normal. That is not normal. We need to go back to normalcy. I learned that to go back to normalcy. We need to go back to normalcy. If you charge Zambia chitekwa, never take a Zambia, never control a narrative. Never kumbinkanye mitundu shonse pamu. Na filwa. He has managed to bring in a few investments. And those investments, guess who are benefiting? They are all skewed to benefit its own people group. But who take up and if you nangu ningombe kutishabu tukamwitanga diamu kutishamu kuchako fimbi ifo tulefoye nshonkonono tulefoye ngombe tulefoye nshonkonono natukashe ngombe tulefoye nshonkonono is anybody but church.
I love that. At voting Shonkonono, meaning he's saying it doesn't matter who will feature as the opposition. The people of Zambia must rise and vote for that. He says, I love the voting Shonkonono. It's a beautiful one. I love it. Mwantu wakwalesa, I'm sorry, Professor Niwa ko-anka, so nachwapela kwenshite ingiko panono. Good evening, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
mwambaine ni mulenga mwaume ndefu tumino kufuma ku USA ndio mwena Zambia wako chinsali.
Endita, my brother, make your contributions.
Yes, boss. Just from the discussion and what I've heard, I haven't heard the recording. I haven't heard.
I'll play it towards the end.
Okay, thank you. But looking at the press conference that this gentleman had, Chabinga, I watched it very carefully and I heard what he was talking about. And to my knowledge and to my observation, whatever he was talking about was lawlessness, which should not be condoned by any peace-loving Zambian. He's exposing the presidency, he's exposing the ruling party, which should not be supported by any peace-loving Zambian. Then looking at the happenings and the plottings and the demonstrations plotted in another country, according to my understanding, any president interfering in the running of another president's country, that with serious countries, you can be translated as an act of war. Even if you're
why me and JJ Banda?
You cannot go and operate in another country's foreign country
jurisdiction
without permission from the government of that country. So he's creating confusion in another country. If you are allowed to let's go a spade. If you are rich, then confusion. South Africa as a country. We should condemn it, and the president should be advised. It is wrong, and let him move. He listened to the advice. Where are the church leaders? Where are the chiefs? Where are the so-called senior citizens of our country? Are they not advising the president, honestly speaking? Should we go and demonstrate in the streets for him to listen? Should we reach those levels of 1991?
Probably that is the moment we are in. That is the moment we are in. Thank you. I couldn't believe when I watched the press conference. From him bribing journalists to the preaching of lawlessness that he was preaching, the police would have arrested him, but they protect him. He had the police with him to protect him. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Mama.
Good evening, sir.
I think it's beyond politics. This is criminal.
Yeah.
And just a warning to the Zambians. These people, they will not give up power. No matter what we're going to do, they won't give up power. These people are really, really criminals. You cannot interfere, like just the previous caller said. Interfere in the governing of another country. I think and they will do whatever within their means to stay in power. This really scares me. We can't have a criminal government. This is a criminal government. This is a criminal government. This is really criminal. These things can end people in the Netherlands. Abantu bale disappear. What kind of a government do we have?
Yeah.
Now karipe chini. Ababantu aba awe katwishi shole saba panga. Awe.
Thank you. Many people are failing to express themselves. That is the shock I had when I got this audio 2 days ago. But I had to do some verification. I had to be sure it was authentic. And when I was satisfied, then I decided that we should put it out. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Madam, good evening. This is Bruce calling you from the United Kingdom.
Bruce, make your contributions.
Viva to Imano Mamba. Viva to what you are doing. You are now an eye-opener to Zambian people. What you are doing, may the good Lord Almighty bless you. What you've shared on today on that audio is an eye-opener to Zambians. Zambians need to rise and defend their moral standard what they believe in. If let's think about Emmanuel Mamba, right church, we voted for him as as the president 2021. But what he's doing is not right. Zambians, may you rise and open up your mindset. 2026 abantu bafude ba PM waba. Viva to your program, and may good Lord continue to bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We thank you for your prayers, and we thank you for your support. We just need to bring the truth that has emerged. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Thank you very much. Hello?
Yes, please. Switch off your other phone. Mute it. Because you'll be hearing echo.
Thank you so much, Ambassador. Is that all right?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Ambassador Emmanuel Mwamba. Thank you so much. I'm very happy that I'm now through. I've been calling the past 2 weeks. I haven't been accorded.
I'm so sorry. There are so many missed calls, but we'll try to get as many. Mulevelela kwa wakala manga batuma ba Catholic priest.
My name is Abdulaziz bin Abdul Muhammad Taufik. It's a polite way of saying I want to be anonymous.
I see. I love that. Yeah, make your contribution, sir.
So much. My contribution is, first of all, in 3 seconds, I know that people are calling. First of all, in 3 seconds, you are doing a great job. I was asking one of my political friends, I said, had probably Emmanuel Mwamba closer to the late President Edgar Lungu at a time it was 2021, probably PF couldn't have lost power. But we have a very, very sad situation about Emmanuel Mwamba in Zambia. We have a very sad situation because at the center or at the core of our national crisis, Mwamba is a president who is dishonest. Wow, we have a president who is dishonest, and that undermines public trust. Mwamba, the bond, that we made when we voted for this guy in 2021 is broken, and so does the democracy. To the opposition political parties, the Hali Kalaba, Comrade Dr. Fred Membe, and others, could you trust such a one to conduct credible elections? He's testing the mic, the extent to which we can resist him. Wow. We know he lies, but I think this is too much. Even when he was talking about losing one ghetto and the mother pours water on, it was a lie because no woman can do that. But why does he lie?
Yeah.
Remember, we are comforted by history. In Malawi, the party MCP for Lazarus Chakwera and Chirima resisted the Electoral Commission of Malawi at the time. And the courts in 2019 and 2020 elections. And they overturned the judge, they overturned what the Electoral Commission of Malawi did.
Yeah.
If you remember, you are the student of history, I remember very well. Look, after the decades of rule for the KANU party in Kenya, Daniel Arap Moi actually, bowed to the opposition, political parties led by Mwai Kibaki and Raila Odinga. Mwamba, until he knows the extent to which we are going to resist him as a country.
Yeah.
That guy, oh my God, now mfano mwenso.
Yeah.
Banshonkonono, we are very. Thank you very much.
Professor Kasonso says tukavotera fe Panshonkonono because it should be any other person other than President Hakainde Hichilema. Professor, you need to come and explain vote Panshonkonono. Linda Banks, a renowned journalist from the United Kingdom. She's a Zambian, based in the United Kingdom. And remember, she was part of Bakwetu. She says, I read this. She could have called herself, but she's unavailable at the moment. But she says, please read this for me. Ambassador, you're doing an excellent job. Please read this for me. Let us not sacrifice Zambia's international standing and democratic integrity at the altar of political expedience. The friendship between Zambia and South Africa has stood the test of time. President Hakainde Hichilema is discarding it, and it should not be discarded lightly. The UPND government's actions suggest growing intolerance and could isolate Zambia diplomatically. President Hichilema needs to reassess, one, his advisors, two, his approach to the various crises that the country is facing, and to the demands of the Zambian people, not to the political elite who will suffer the consequences of strained, who will not suffer the consequences of strained international relations, but the people of Zambia. Zambia's historical friendship with South Africa should not be jeopardized for these short-term political gain. Linda, I think you're very, very clear, and thank you for that contribution. Let me take the calls. There are so many calls. Let's just take the calls. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Honorable.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah. This is Mavuto.
Yes, Mavuto.
Yes. Sir, what is happening in our country, it's not good. We are not safe.
Yes.
We are not safe, Honorable. And I know people are looking at it to say this is just politics, but this is beyond politics. As a country, we are not safe because people now are regretting even removing ECL from power. Because what we saw in PF was just but only few things that were in PF which people disliked PF by the end of the day. Which was one of them was Kadarism, but now this is beyond what we can bear as a nation. And people in Zambia now are living in fear.
Yeah. Okay, my brother.
They can't speak, they fear to be
listening. Yeah. Please quickly, we begin to wind up. Elon Africa, I decided to take a drive to where I've come, but I think we've delivered the essence. Let's begin to take the last call. So be brief. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Mr. Mwamba.
Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Let me remain anonymous.
Wonderful. Make your contributions quickly.
Mr. Mwamba, I've got two things that I need to put across quickly. The first one is towards Honorable Chabinga. Mr. Mwamba, this should come, he should very much pay attention to this advice I'm going to give him. Advice is for free. Mr. Chabinga is no special than GBM, who went to UPND and made structures in UPND. And see where GBM is today. Look at Kambwiri. Kambwiri went there, influenced the majority voters in from PF to join UPND in voting. Mr. Chabinga will be left in the same way the devil lives. Those sinners, he tries to tempt them to sin. And you'll be left in a very bad situation. Mr. Chabinga should not be as foolish as he is taking things. Whatever step that he's taking, let him refer to Mao Sampa. What happened to Mao Sampa? What happened to GBM? Mr. Chabinga should not become that foolish. Let him open his eyes. He doesn't know the person he's working for. That man does not have even courtesy or care for any human. Look how much he has spoiled our relationship with South Africa. Second advice, and a quick one, Mr. Mwamba. Mr. Mwamba, let the PF members do not come and plan issues on media, on calling public media to
to make their plan on online. Let them go underground. Let them make their plans underground. They cannot fight this issue on media. Let you people like Mr. Mwamba and other people to be doing the media fight, especially people who are in diaspora like you. Let them go underground, do their homework underground. They should not put their plans on media too much. No. This
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Someone says, Ambassador, before we discuss the audio, if President Hakainde Hichilema is sincere, he would arrest Chabinga for all the threats that he issued today. He even planned armed robbery today against a citizen he thinks has collected money. He says, if President Hakainde, before we discuss the audio, if President Hakainde Hichilema is running a government of the rule of the law, he will arrest Chabinga for all the threats that he issued today. I love that, and I think that's a unique perspective. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Yes, Honorable, how are you?
Very well. Please put the other phone on mute. We can hear the echo.
Okay, I'll put the other phone on mute. Yes, Honorable.
Yes.
I've been listening to your audio. I don't know, but Honorable, because of for security reasons.
No problem.
Yes, Honorable, as much as Premon if interface come to Romeo Sumu, yes, Vindranapena, and things are not okay as much as we can understand. But my question is that you're able to advise us that what's forward for us, because as we are speaking right now, all of us we are confused. As much as we know what Chabinga, the other side didn't know that. So you, Honorable, we follow you so much. We like you, but you're able to tell us the way forward on how we're able to move.
Thank you. The way forward is very clear. You've seen we are beginning to bring the opposition together. They'll come on the platform, they'll make commitments to you, and we're encouraging them. Among themselves, they should give us a candidate who should be a flag bearer, whether they're in Uka, Tonse, or they're outside the structure. I think we've featured Honorable Harry Kalaba. He made a commitment that is willing to lead and is also willing to be led. We had Dr. Fred Membe and Dr. Msumali. He's also willing to lead and is also willing to be led. We have Dr. Sakwiba Skota on Monday, tomorrow. We have KBF on Tuesday. We have Given Lubinda on Wednesday, and we've lined all of them up. So I think the solutions lie in the opposition, but the opposition should help the people of Zambia by coming as a united front. They should forget their personal egos. The urgent burden on the country is to provide alternative leadership to President Hakainde Hichilema. I think that's a clarion call. And all of us in our small way should do something to contribute. For me, that's my contributions I'm doing. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel Mamba. This is Mususu. I'm calling you from Lusaka, Zambia.
Mr. Mususu, make your contribution, sir.
Thank you very much. I must say that it's very tragic and very unfortunate. Firstly, I want to thank you, Emmanuel Mwamba, for this excellent work that you are doing. I want to assure you that we are praying for you.
Thank
and
you.
The people of Zambia are prayerful. We are praying every day, and this government will keep being exposed. For Chabinga, what I want to say is that the family members of Chabinga, the relatives, the friends of Chabinga, must be able to tell him that he's just being used by a desperate government. Chabinga is digging his own grave. We are asking for, we are also appealing to the Madam Wadolini Mwamba, to say, please, Wadolini Mwamba, the biggest enemy of a woman is a fellow woman. You have your fellow woman who is grieving in South Africa, a widow, and you'll be caught up in such a thing, plotting against your fellow woman. So I must say that this is the most tragic moment. I never imagined in my whole life that I would live in a Zambia like we are living in today. What we are saying is that this is very shocking by all standards and by all parameters. Why is President Hakainde Hichilema so desperate about the body? Why is he so desperate about Ninyanga za Mtundu Bwanji? What type of rituals are these? President, like the previous woman liked to observe, President Edu Galungu left an explicit, exact, loud and clear statement that he doesn't want President Hakainde Hichilema anywhere near the body. But why is he insisting on the body? So what we are saying is that, please, Zambia is a Christian nation. We shall continue praying. And as we are praying, these people will continue being exposed every day. The day a monkey like Emmanuel Mwamba is destined to die, all the trees become slippery. All the tricks this government are going to be used are going to be exposed. So what we are saying is that it's the most unfortunate thing. I never imagined that we'd live in Zambia like this today. Thank you very much, and I'm happy I've gotten through today, Emmanuel Mwamba. Please carry on the work. We are praying for you. Keep exposing this evil and satanic government. Thank you very much.
How can you allow somebody who has murdered your son or your daughter and you are still mourning to come and attend the funeral and we went to speak at the funeral?
But how good your son
was. And you know about it, you say, wait a minute, what's happening? And I think I can just say the whole thing. I summed it up when I spoke to one guy. I said, because how can you?
Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mwamba. This is Bishop Dr. Paul Wupe. I'm
Doc.
calling from Ndola.
Long time, Doc. How are you, sir?
I'm very fine. I'm very fine indeed.
Doc, you promised to come back on the podcast.
Yes.
I'm waiting for you.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Yeah. Quickly make your contribution, sir.
Well, I've been listening to your podcast and what has been said. And let me speak like the person who spoke before me, who said, if what we are hearing is true, then this is very sad. Well, let me comment on the entire problem. I'm surprised that it has come to this stage, because as Africans, we have a way of how we handle funerals. And the way we have dealt with this issue is actually problematic, because we are supposed to focus on mourning. There is a loss, and there is a grieving process. If I lose something that I love so much, I'll have to grieve. If I don't grieve, it will affect me psychologically, emotionally, and in many ways. And the Lungu family will have to live with this. Most of us would leave it in 7 days and forget, but this will continue with them. Now, looking at the schemes that has been exposed, and looking at the determination to grab this funeral from the family, I've never seen it. I've pastored 42 years, buried the dead. There are some in church who come and say, oh, I have my spiritual father in Lusaka. I want him to bury me. We do give up. I can be there or I cannot be there, but things will still move on. My stewards will do the job. Now, this has really baffled my mind. I don't know what is that which is intoxicating people to such an extent that they really want it to be the way they want it to be. And forget about the grieving process, the psychological healing, the spiritual healing of the family. It's about the family, not the government, not even the people of Zambia. Well, it affects them because he was our leader. But government should not enter into family matters to such an extent that will make them miserable. If what we are hearing is what it is, we are in big trouble.
Thank you.
We must speak forth that the much. I would go on and on. I think
No, you made your point.
Play my song. I've dedicated my song to, the morning of the Zambians.
Thank you, Bishop. I'll play your song. I'll find time to play your song. Thank you very much. This is Bishop Dr. Paul Wupe from Undola, a very well-known and renowned person. Someone says, Mipamba Shamsango Shani. The other day, the Attorney General admitted in court that, yes, we stopped Edgar Lungu from going to South Korea. We stopped him from going to South Africa for his medicals. We stopped him from traveling to Ndola. And now this. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador. Dr. Ejen Koma here.
Dr. Nkoma, Deben.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Make your contribution, sir.
Very simple and very brief. This shows what leadership is not. The leak of this audio has not just sent shockwaves to the entire nation, but it has also showed to us what kind of leadership we have. And I have said this shows what leadership is not. So, therefore, it's up to we, the Zambian people, to make a decision and say where to from here. Thank you so much, Ambassador.
Thank you, Dr. Nkoma. This, what we see, is not leadership. I love your summary of the views and where to Zambia. Where to Zambia. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. We need to begin winding up.
This is Infasipe Nyakope calling from Zimbabwe.
Yes, my brother from Zimbabwe. Make your contributions.
Okay, my contribution is just very simple. This UPND government and the leadership, they are acting as if they are the first one in power. But it's just a simple advice to tell everyone and to kukosesha abantu that Fikapita, whether they say 1990, Fikapita, they've just changed a very history of our democratic governance. Not since independence, Zambia has never witnessed such kind of ruthlessness. Family comes first. Why are they, they are trying whatever they can to bring disorder. So even this bringing in when we win a match, we win a Gabinga. This guy is on record. You to cry over him and you will be under all the responsibility that Zambia we are going through. So a contribution and otherwise, thanks for such platform.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, another one has repeated that if President Hakainde Hichilema is genuine, his government would arrest Chabinga for all the threats he issued before we even discuss the audio, like the other caller. Good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Make your contributions quickly.
My contributions are this, that by Emmanuel Wamamba, uli tulelwa na wingira nomba na mana kumubiri fyaingira na mufya mupashi. Inecho ndiko kulanda kuchakwe batu muntu wakwata muri umusango uli ni statesman akwata okuingisha abantu ama criminals ambo okubombera ena okwe batu benga kwata okufulunganya ekyalo muri umusango te muntu musomayo. Ichikalambe chitwere twashwa chakwe bati ero tuli mukana muchalo chino nalesa tu okwe bati everything is created by God. It be powers, principalities, thrones, or authorities. Lero vyonse vyapangire kuli yena, mukupangwa kuli yena vyaba kumulando wakwe bati vyakwe.
Thank you.
Omuntu amukufibula mu yakwe ukana kwato umuchinji first kulilesa nabantu bapanga bamupira ko bachakwa tumutungurushi ndemieba chikankala twetwa ishwa no kusumira ko bati ale ito bukali first pamubiri wakwe ero futi na pachalo so uyu muntu aleleka fe itipo pamubiri wakwe so umuflash ichikala twetwa ishwa chakwe bati whether nakwata authority abantu ebakwete power bantu ebakwete vote.
Thank you very much. Ba Kelvin. Oh, Kelvin from Australia is calling. You are not live. So now make your contributions.
Okay. Now Chilalanda, see, I'm a comments. I've been reading every comment.
Yeah.
Every comment, and there are so many questions. And what I'm saying is the problem is Abatuteka is used to crime. He has no respect for the rule of law, and this is what we all realized. So, people are, we have a criminal. Now we can see it. So, Bamwamba, before I quickly go, even if you want to say for ballet, that actually in divine bilechidia, bene ballet in bilechidin. And that is the answer for all these questions.
Okay, Natasha.
But because we are all getting together and something is coming up.
Okay. Thank you very much. Kelvin from Australia just says they dug their own. Professor, you have a right of reply. You can come anytime to this platform. Professor Kasonso. Just mute the other device. Just mute the other device, Mkwai.
Yeah, icho ndeva vyo kulomba kwa vena Zambia pa platform yesu hapa. Icho tuimine po ifwe. 2026 vote yesu. Na tukasha oxteo tatulete kwa wino. Olo oxteo na ikoso mutengo. Ndefwaya tuvote pa nshonkonono. Esho tuleliro kwali. Nshonkonono is anybody but HH. And this concept is from this idea. Onse ukwete potential muzambia yakwe batukuti ayiminina aisaye bamupero tumirandu o bamuta nefipatala ya ifuila o bamuta namapana doa ya ifuila so tuletekwa no bunkalwe buli obubi so uteko baneiseni kubi okubufunyapo no bufuntungu tubufunyepo twalisho ba politician bonse balabepa nomba. You can't lie to people with a straight face. La pemesole monica serious. So natuka shocks the tulika ponchongo. Nishonkono, it's a concept that just means we vote for anybody but HH. Balela na tatuko ete opposition, tatuko ete na leader. Okay, fishing tapadu ule monica up. Ati ule yapo. But 12 months ikalamba. So in place of that person who is coming, scientific position konono. So therefore to vote le next year. Because for Zambia for what temino for to take not to full up kuchira Zambia about temino fechalo chile tekwa. Fiance bale fuit kafakuli balupolo abona bamunyina abona bafiara babo. Muri nepotism yebi. Nepotistic index iyo nachi calculate kuonve for three researchers. Yali pali 43% under lungu. But inocha yali ponera pali 17%. So if on there ndakofya kwa no icharote chitekwe fi awe mwe bantu bakwalesa. Nomba kulitu matrix no tumingalato chisentu balangeto tumingalato tonso to balengisha ni on go. Yama pana do baleta na lungu. Kumu bale mufunyana pande ke bamufokotera mubekesha kunga ndachiya mukupoka mapana do ku South Africa ni on go ile balengisha. Nomba apechiro chaba mu stalemate bafira no kwata nation of funeral because They don't understand us. HH cannot continue to be our president. He doesn't understand our country. He does understand his village and he does understand his people, but he doesn't understand our country. We have to remove this dude, Bamwamba. 2026, Bamwamba na imwebeni okonsheshefu ave mule isara isa otume nsoko nukulalanda paka nokwati Michael Jackson. Imuna imwebeni kuvotera pansho nkonono. Thank you.
Professor Kasonso, Jones Kasonso, renowned auditor, renowned lecturer here in the United States. He's been here for the last 30 years, and he was very instrumental, by the way. He was one of the strongest critics of President Edgar Lungu. But as you've heard, at Wakasha Oxtel, I love that simplicity of the matter. Can you imagine we have 456 missed calls? I'm so sorry we couldn't get all the calls, but the few we've gotten, I think have got a picture. Good evening, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Endita.
Usheta kuliko kwenshira yakulisha mweyodio kuyabalisha bajaji pakuteshwa atichana chishibo mpanyo wa plana aba mwansa kabemba apita mukwaye.
Yeah, the grave allegation that Chabinga makes there is demanding for money from President Hakainde Hichilema, that they will likely lose the case in South Africa. And he wanted not just money for lawyers, but money to bribe the judges in South Africa. That's a very grave allegation. Then press conferences in South Africa and in Zambia. Demonstration in South Africa and in Zambia. As a diplomat, I can tell you, all those actions that Chabinga was discussing with President Hakainde Hichilema are not only local criminals, they are international criminal crimes. You cannot intervene and interfere in another state in the manner. That's how serious that audio was. That's why Father Mwansa Pombo Donosco just cried. He just cried. He says he would never thought Zambia would be to the depravity where we are now. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from, and please be brief.
I'll be very brief to you. Amboya Mwalinsoka, Neozefenia Mwalinsoka, Tiawe, Fwewa Kuchipata, Tulale Mafimati Kofitari Kwatini Mwewe. Today, I'll be very brief. Bamwamba, Lesa Mukulu. 10 to paper, I'll urge all PF members. PF twalitemwalesa siyafine basata batemweneresa na barungu batemwalesa na next president ulesa akatemwalesa. What I'm going to say, Bamwamba, if you have seen from the demonstration in South Africa, those youth which they hired, you could tell that these were just hired, and God was trying to expose the UPND government that this is what they are doing. If you have seen, they have gone further, even to come up with the AI, that Komboni Muzungu, whatever, it is also exposing them. So God is exposing President Hakainde Hichilema every day because he's not genuine. When he comes to Zambia here, on the cameras, he wants to show as if indeed he's a young boy who was used, who was abused. Now he has come into as a president. He wants to look like he is a person who has that heart. The man is heartless. I'm sorry to say this. The man is heartless. If he had a heart, he would have just said, okay, let's forget about this issue. I want just to warn Chabinga. Chabinga should learn from what happened to GPM, kuli Chimbaka Mbwiri, kuli Chirufya Tayari, and those, even to the 9 independent MPs, which is JJ, if I remember, Sande Chanda, and Binwe Mpundu. They were the first ones when HH won, they went there. But look at today how they are being used and how they are being persecuted. This is where I'll end. Chabinga, your time is coming. You are not a hero, but on UPND you are a hero. But today, I can tell you, what I've said, one day you are going to pay. Thank you very much. We are crying.
Someone has written that got a load shedding a battery flat I understand. Let me take the last 3 phone calls and then we'll play the audio as we wind up. Good evening, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
My name is Felicitas. I'm calling from South Africa.
Yes, my sister, make your contributions.
My contribution, I just wanted to say thank you so much for the audio that was played today. We really appreciate. I also just wanted to comment. So now we know that they are planning to go and pay the judges. So if anything happens, can the judges be told in advance that this is what the government is planning to do? So that if they were also planning to take that bribe, they should just be aware that the world and the country of Zambia is watching them.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Someone defended the South African judges, that they are not like our judges. He doubted our judges, but he said, but you can never be sure. But what should this audio be made available to the court? That would be up to the lawyers. For us, we just got it and brought it to you. Good evening. Please tell us your name and your contributions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mwamba, Ambassador Mwamba. Tom calling from the UK.
Okay, thank you, Tony. Make your contributions.
Yes, just a brief one. If a Zambian MP is thinking of bribing a South African judge, does that person deserve to be an MP? That's my contribution. I mean, that's a serious case. I think that should be looked up and brought up by the Zambian parliament.
Oh, today this MP was even categorical live on TV. He announced that he will conduct armed robbery. He announced that he will engage in violence. He announced a lot of unlawful things. Today was live. You can go to his page. And like many people are saying, before we discuss the audio, if President Hakainde Hichilema was serious, he would arrest Robert Chabinga for all the crimes and the intent he demonstrated today, before you even come to the damning audio. Good evening, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello.
Yes, good evening, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. You are protected. Make your contributions.
I would say
True.
Whatever is happening now is happening because God is exposing them and is yet to expose them more and more. What they are doing right now may seem to be like they are in power, so they can do anything. You can push any pawn. By the end of the day, they will be exposed.
Yeah,
so
thank you. Is going to expose these guys because what they are doing in South Africa is something very bad. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I've just been reminded that I've got an appointment. Sorry, Sunday afternoon here. I want to acquire. Sorry, the calls keep on buzzing, but we have to come to an end. I'll play the few videos and then we'll end with that 20-minute video. So if you didn't have an opportunity to listen to it, I'm playing it again. So God bless you. We have lined up Honorable Sakwiba Scotta tomorrow, KBF on Tuesday, and on Wednesday we have Honorable Given Lubinda. We have various leaders. We want them to come to you, to come and commit that they not only want to lead, but they also can be led by others. We've got Shalakateka. We've got others that we've lined up that can confirm quickly so that we expose them to you as Zambian. We already hosted Honorable Harry Kalaba. He agreed that he's willing to lead, but he's also willing to be led. We hosted Honorable Dr. Fred Membe and Dr. Cosmas Musumali. And again, Dr. Fred Membe says, we run a vanguard party. We work as a united front. You know, we bring people together. That's the role of the Socialist Party. And he says, I'm willing to lead, but I'm also willing to be led. Let's hear from the other opposition leaders. And let them meet and then action these principles into a powerful united front. Zambians are looking up to the opposition. Clearly, the government of President Hakainde Hichilema is gone. We thank God that this death of President Edgar Lungu is revealing a lot. In fact, it has helped reveal the character of who President Hakainde Hichilema is, his lack of sensitivity to the current crisis the family is facing and the country which is in mourning. So God bless you, but I'll leave you with some of these videos.
A Catholic. How can you allow somebody who has murdered your son or your daughter and you are still mourning to come and attend the funeral and we need to speak at the funeral?
But how good your son
was. And you know about it, you say, wait a minute, what's happening? And I think I can just say the whole thing. I summed it up when I spoke to one guy. I said, because how can you, Ambassador?
I would like to answer it in a simple way. Earlier I said life is a story, it's a journey. I think it matters how you were brought up. I was brought up in a cattle culture. You went out as an 8-year-old boy, 9-year-old boy, and to tender cattle, you took out 100, you came back with 99, you were not allowed to go to bed. The male family members would ballock you, but my mother would actually be less helpful. She will pour water on my bed so that I cannot go to bed. I have to go back and find that animal. Simple. Normal.
The impasse surrounding the funeral and repatriation of the body of Zambia's 6th president, Edgar Lungu, from South Africa to Zambia has now been resolved. Both the government and family representatives announced the development during a joint media briefing in Sandton, Johannesburg. The resolution of the standoff now means Zambians will be accorded a chance to mourn their 6th head of state with dignity, a move that has been praised by the negotiation delegation.
We are so happy that ultimately the country, the different functions that were there, have now held hands, they've now come together as one, so that we together move forward and see that our son is buried with the respect and the dignity that he so much deserves.
This has been a very, very difficult phase. It has been a joy to see what God has done today, to see the family and the government team in a joint press briefing presenting to the nation the fact that even though there were some hurdles, these hurdles have been overcome. That speaks of who we are.
But let us understand that as individuals, we are nothing. But as a nation in totality, we are something. And therefore, we should look at this situation from that perspective.
The late president, who died in South Africa, will now be put to rest on Monday, June 23rd, following the extension of the mourning period. Henry Himonde for Zanis News.
From what we see, what we read, they are handling the funeral in a manner African funerals must be handled, to respect the dead, to bury them with dignity. President Buhari died in London. He was brought home. We too have shown that example by burying all the 5 before the 6th president. Near here. I think it's just behind, isn't it? Near here. All the 5. So we've established a tradition, protocols in line with the African culture. So we must continue with that culture, no matter what challenges, what difficulties there. And I can't say that we've continued engaging the family quietly. Maybe I should confirm that. We've continued engaging the family quietly, because that's what it should be. And we do hope that consensus will be reached. And I want to ask Zambians, first, thank you for your patience. And secondly, to ask you to retain that patience as discussion.
Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome this morning to this joint briefing between the family of the late former President of the Republic of Zambia, President Edgar Chagwa, and the government of the Republic of Zambia. I present a statement on behalf of the family. The family of the former President Edgar Chagwa, who passed away in South Africa on the 5th of June 2025, wishes to announce that it has reached agreement with representatives of the government on the repatriation of the remains of the late former president, as well as his funeral and burial program. This follows the resolution of the impasse that had caused disagreement between the two parties. We wish to thank the former heads of state in the SADC region and head of state in the SADC region for their intervention in this matter. We also wish to thank the clergy that took time to engage for the final resolution in this matter. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be aware that in January this year, former President Lungu traveled to South Africa for medical review. Through the goodwill of well-wishers who also generously covered both his medical and living expenses until his demise. At no time did the administration take any interest in his well-being during his illness when he was alive. Former President Lungu's settled wishes were that in the event of his death, those who never showed any interest in his welfare while he was alive should not be allowed to pretend to be interested in his welfare in death. His specific wishes and those of the family are as follows. 1. His remains should be repatriated back home in the same manner he had traveled to South Africa, namely privately. Secondly, his body should lie instead at his personal residence in Chifwema area prior to burial. Thirdly, in the event that he was accorded state funeral, his successor should not be allowed to attend it. Fourth, residents of Eastern and Copperbelt provinces be accorded the opportunity to pay their last respects, as these are the places where he was born and grew up. And fifthly, that Archbishop Dr. Alik Banda be requested to preside over the church service that may be held in his honor. Following the former president's death, the family has been engaged in protracted negotiations with the Hichilema administration, which it requested to guarantee that the wishes of the former president will be honored. The negotiations were never about pending matters in court relating to any of the members of the family or associates of the former president. And I'm sure Secretary to the Cabinet may agree that that was never the discussion in those meetings, and that never even arose in our negotiations. The spirit of the discussions were to honor the wishes of President Edgar Chagwa, the family, and give the Zambian people an opportunity to mourn their leader with dignity. The state had previously refused to have the family repatriate the remains using a private charter. The state had also previously refused to have the body lay in state at his home for the period of the mourning. Instead, the state had required that the remains upon arrival would be taken to Mulungushi Conference Center to be received by President Hakainde Hichilema, and that the family found unacceptable, and hence the protracted negotiations. The two parties have since agreed to honoring the following undertakings, with each party giving and taking so that we could come to a common compromise. And the following has been the compromise. Number one, that the body of the late President Lungu shall be transported together with the family from Lanseria Airport in South Africa to Zambia on Wednesday, 18th June 2025, using a private charter made available to the family by well-wishers. Secondly, that following the arrival and receipt of the body by family members in Lusaka, Full military honors will be conducted at the Kenneth Kaunda International Airport, after which the body shall be taken to the funeral house in Chifwema, where it will lie instead. Thirdly, that the body of the late former president will be taken to Mulungushi International Conference Center on Thursday 19th June, Friday 20th June, and Saturday 21st June to enable members of the public to pay their last respects from 09 hours to 16 hours, after which it shall be returned on all days to the funeral house in Chifwema to lie instead. That the state funeral that will host foreign dignitaries shall be held at Mulungushi Conference Center on Sunday 22nd June, and the body of former President Lungu shall be taken to the venue and returned to Chifwema after the event, where it will lie instead. That a valedictory session will be held at the Supreme Court grounds in honor of former President Lungu, a lawyer by profession, on Monday 23rd June, to be followed by a church service on the same day in the showgrounds in Lusaka, one that would be conducted by His Grace Archbishop Alec Banda. That the body of the late former president shall always lie in state at the funeral house in Chifwema and only be taken away for the above stated functions during the day, after which it shall be returned to the funeral house every day to lie in state at the conclusion of these events. That the body of the late president shall always be accompanied by a relative, the aide-de-camp, and the former president's personal physician.
Hello. Ara natubwelako nakirenga pushi namwishiwe twaletsika kulya network inshishibe nga masetini inshishibe. I'm sure mwalisanga ninje shokumutumina emiku 3.
Nalisanga na kuti mbweshe ine awe chumi.
Martha aisantumina Martha ntini mwamwishiba.
Martha ntini.
Uyu mukashana bomba ko lads.
Defo kwebukishishina yafuti kaya.
Umukashano akashika so mwadinanko.
Oh, yes. I've remembered her.
Yes. Very my sister. Therefore, if kange Martha alafu asana okuba mu limelight mwaishiba. Sasa ngatale missing in action. Yeah, nachimana ma president besa. Nachimana ma president wa PF. That besa Martha. Chabinga. Banje becho mule futa oka. That ya Martha chalo chankondo. Chalo chankondo. Edo nomba pa shani panya. Pa Thursday. Wednesday. Uyu chibe. Aisa tuma phone. Kange first chibe alitumine pa Tuesday. Ubushiku. Ebele natira tuma natira dilanda natinda conference ku Livingstone. Nishi yona chapo kuyasanga kuchililo. Nati abushefe ba fyesho fine. Edo tu you know, if we just as much as today bombana ba sister beno. Bachifile chamuneka kwa tamulimbi. Nomba tuambo kucha sponsor ba PF. Kuta abantu batisa misunderstand. Awe ine nshiri uko iyo ine kabiri apanya nto sister wanti na ine pond. So I said okay ine apande akudina but naisa njipushe nephew wanti ngakuti ampela ticket. So if na tumene kama ka nephew can't kala butaoka sana. Nati nchako organize ticket we watemo kushitama tickets last minute ku airport. Within 10 minutes abatumina tickets. Na mupela na namba na bona bapela namba na chiseni communicate. Inaendea mudina and I'm speaking. So but bamufana ticket ya Monica Baya. Bafika kudya nomba on Wednesday ila ine day ya service. Baisa tuma yo kuno tafichitike. Nomba mwana ndetu mina Chabinga alifya busy ku Pretoria kashani yo shani kabidi ifyama summons that bachwecho mwinalanda mali asiota mwishibe inga ba Chabinga baisa moshani muri ashiri imwe kwikaloko ifo twalelanda ba charity ngana bakutuma abantu nabakutuma takwaba wasenda na bamunonko n'abana no ine fino nshile kuno ku Livingstone nine wonjishile te program yaba mwamba nangwa abana bandi no so nangwa asuke phone murefu achise shani so bebere no ukulanda nilanda nankwe kwena nomba achwa bize baletire fine fima samonifi nomba bachwa busy na chirafu ya bantire imbi tickets bantu yala sa expire lelo banse imbi ticket banfere kono kwa kwikala na yine na tawe mota mkote fye mule chitoko mwakonkere chililo after chililo mugwele na mailwale etuma
alikwi achimu South Africa ayo ina vese mwachita bueno. Number one, operation naishile kuno yala boss na Friday and it was strictly confidential. I've not even moved with my ADCs. I've not moved with my security. You are the only one that I was supposed to do. Even when wakwatile idea umando wakutila ule mkashana wanina charity in case ulikuno because nalimwe wakutila in case komuli bafula n'abantu ngachakutila kwa befu ya bupuba kwali muntu natumina kuti amushitira masimu cards
around okay
so sabwe bati uli omuntu wakuletera masimu cards na ukwata namba yakwe so she said yes na tulawile in case of kwa bakawere you come and evacuate you from there Alaisa in an event of anything Alaisa na Johannesburg Metropolitan Police so when you see that vehicle you bala bomfya so when you see that vehicle Alaisa paja ilecha nama beacon nisiniwe bako nkere just move in and I evacuate from you from there. So because that she was my concern.
Yes.
You know? So that's what I did. Otherwise, my sister, you are the only one who was supposed to know that kuna bantu mine kuna na program afi yapangirwe. Bantu mine phone 04.
Bantu ine shaishibe. Tunale mutumina natu ushabali ya because remember natawe tabaya ati yo naba adikuno nomba tulemfuairikisha nati mulefa yo wanshi ati yo wakweba tatulipire kwa accommodation na tero tu mulenje bati tulemufuaya imwana banani so it was at that point onale mutumina phone that I think stay away kuliaba kuli chibe
no in my operation had nothing to do with the
yes.
So I didn't even tell you.
Well.
I said I will tell you when I've arrived here. First, nalila la bwangu. Ele twakumenyola wene kumukashana mwatira ndapo bomba ku insurance company. When we met them, after na yakunganda nalina kasana so for na pole na lala that day na pick up my phone, don't disturb. My sister my boss bambili okutuma 2320
yeah
Friday ambili okutuma 2340 bamwe boss at get to dog. My sister nene ndala batumira na kuli security one bodyguard one day tuzo iwe baboss bapo bali batwafire foba sidabala nabalala. So that's how I slept. Na sabuka 02:30 oturo twapwa njikate phone
Marcos
nasanga baboss 12 missed calls. Friday 30 missed calls. I said this is strange. Chisha chitika. So ine kutumina ba security pants na hapa mungu na bapola bakapokola. Imwe bacha motoka chisa popano. Bebele hawe. Nato okay na wekera
Munganda.
Nje sheba boss asanga bali online. Nje Friday asanga bali online. Evo na tubile phone na tumbele po tumela boss. Na tumela boss. Ba boss wele ya we are calling you have done well finally. I said, Your Excellency, I was really tired that mwana wa kwetu. Teshita kulala sana ina unidi
hakuna kulala.
Hakuna kulala. So nasa natia unalinaka natinjerereni ko. Then he says call immediately Friday. Or let me ask Friday to call you. So immediately they started drop phone. Friday calls me. That you need to leave for South Africa. Are you able to leave for South Africa in the morning?
Yes.
I said, who am I? Instruction your boss. Who am I? And please. So be on standby. But the job that we are going to do, we need to have a meeting in the morning. I said, okay. Okay. We don't put the phone off. My sister 02:30. 04. He calls me back. And the agenda is this and this and this and this and this. Ufuro wa kwa mingala tangu koti. Even with me, she be bala bakulumbula mwana from kashime mutila. Tuwacha mingala tukulia. I said no problem. So, bebere kabiye nomba lolela tuchecking inde kicharu chero. Bache kapasharu chero wote pali ama thagza abengi mbweleka.
Ate question.
So kufanya about 10 o'clock. You know. So na sabi balati no, don't worry. This is a special operation. I don't need even to be in business class. I will reduce myself. Whether I'm in business or not business, let me be. My sister, if I'm not in airlink, ndiamu airlink, kusanga pali katotobo palisha kafuswa. Pali kama thugs wama madero. Avena nekiwe. Wafyasa mkumposha. Laki naza kere kunuma. Mwana ya kuchiriro. Na chawe ndao keputa unumwa ali shutu kokulu. Ako ndao keputa unu. So na hivo wale mpiki na mulembela message na ti. Na papata. Uisa nsenda pantu wala kuishwa tuwa kwa embassy. Na ono hasuka. Na lembe kuna lembela Friday. Na Friday. And send an alafu aweza ni mizi. Pia kumapa airport. Don't worry. Nimumu andi South Africa. Efo watu wafikire. Na kwa nindea connecting. Na afubila na kumbi. Na zita. Na eba na ba interconnect hotel wampe vandetela na motoka. Kostu waliishi wana. Na tindetela ni motoka. Ndia paso itu walikupritori. Efo watu speak out.
Na ubashala na bapranka mana
na bapranka mana kwa wale checking where I'm going. Kanji ni mfuma. So bena tawa chilo kushibati ndimu thing. So nikashandi program hiyo na chupuisha lero around 10 hours.
Ushamu chili ku South Africa.
Shafweza.
No wonder ndekiri okutumina nomoko.
Yes. That's why so ni murumu pano na chiwera. Uku making sure that tuwapampamisha.
I see.
Yes, so mfrembweli oko initially na chilingo kushita joined as leader of opposition. Kujoina yes. So na chafe minga toshimbi. So natira twise ku Zambia. My sister Mwewere wa boss. The next move, you and me. Wa boss. Tupange. Tuwabika bachi charity. Tupange abantu mulungu bachite demonstrate. Mfwa? Njafwa mfukishe nkashiyani. Bajaji ba kuno bakapanga ruling based on the public outcry in Zambia to support the Attorney General.
Okay.
So abantu bafire wako pa street.
Okay.
Bama chinga, ngama placards, cover belt. Lusaka. Listen, you get the point?
Yes.
Today for a body is a kuno ifwe. Today bani president wesu today bani namfite ngati ya PF.
Nomboko ba judge bale landa kuti bafilwa government to government kuti bafilwa
apa one judge afuna okulya because the laws ya muno yali ba wiki when ngachaisa pamfwa family yali kwatapo amaka pamfwa
I get it.
Boma.
I get it.
So judge utasa ruling in their favor. So that is the possibility that we need to look at, but it depends on it.
Ushena head of state na ye na tetamone. To order.
Now this is where, because there's a component of you is the former head of state. So the judge has to come and look at it, merits and the demerits. So there are two things. Judge in ruling in favor of government. Tabakachite appeal bali. Ngabachite appeal ishwa ikoba.
Utachite appeal.
So if what twachita judge afuya kwataka pressure. Ero futi no kulia my sister mu South Africa ba judge kulia. Bafuta ronga panga mistake. Tabakachite appeal. Nina panga mistake.
Tetwachite appeal.
No tetwachite appeal. Eba kwete pressure.
Tetwachite appeal.
Now, between you and me, my sister, what is it that you and me we need to argue? What is it that we want to achieve from this? If we're interested, yes, we are kukiri na kateka wesu. Kuchalo kukuzambi okutila alefwaye mubiri wa munanko wise muchalo. So whether to alusa na to a winner, this HH becomes a winner and clean. Because tabakai won't come politics. Because we'll have time to defend to say, this president
yes. Yeah, kwena ni pressure. Uchamwalingile pati kuti kwaba kwefya so.
No, but no shangile po. But ngakulia ngomwe denga na crooks. Because we're dealing with crooks.
No, but
kupanga chiliro for their winning. Then no but wapanga na mistake. My sister. Kasune devastated. Ba boss par constitution amendment ngana amusesha na kumusesha. Bampere ministry mbi.
Arana mwishibe cho. Bo ama MPs na nako kwa skafoni. Ngani yai nede na nako kwa skafoni bebele ba minister landeni ko imabala mumfuila. Iyala ba problemi.
twali kwata pressure na bachungu pye bachungu pressure twakwete na bachungu mwambaza ugisa nkonkera fe mwambaza usatira hawe tukumane tulande into bitaka pitira ba UPND balejita nombaza bale fo kula landa unfortunately nama ministers bamota bale support mweumva
you know epo ya vipile for abalejita cross pali ila ine 3 months notice
2 months notice
2 months notice
yali vipa sana pali
epo ya vipile
yali vipa 2 months crossing notice and also echipani chifule cha sala umuntu kuwekerapo yali kosa kweli
edo aba secretariat ngata babikira chama girlfriends babo.
Thank you. Babikira my girlfriends babo. Ero number 2 chimbecho bale tina. You see chimbecho bale tini na MPs. Chakutira mukwate 20 free seats. Mukwate 15 ya free seats plus 3. So mukwate over 35 seats for free. So plus 10 nominations.
Amitapendwa ya vintu ifisume vyoza kula kuibukisha Anate pochimo wimbo wa temenu wa katongi Abazunga wajita katongi Nakula kuibukisha kateka Naibuku muna kapona Neseko siove pamenso Yangu ama umebaya Iyaba ume Iyaba ume Kateka wa wantu Twakulila, lelo twakulila Shika kukonke milimo shove Ale filamba, fiena minta pengo sile Deti kume moku la dolole avale Lilo wingi,
Iseko wingi mwakwete Iseko wingi mwakwete Mwaya mwende wino tata wesu
Katusi muchi wakege Wali bomba kale Lomba mwatuja tuleli lake Mungana chiba
Penda Upanga mwine Oye mwine Ide dalila
Kangu ya mama Ala nacho mwabye Mama Ukula bebyo wachito bwingi Ibisebo wapagiri obwingi Ukuchinjo lusako kumoneko busaka Mama Utituwa na basiani Chagwa katuse